Welcome back to Skippers, presented by Owner's Box Fantasy Sports. Today's segment, waiver wire pickups for Week 5 in fantasy baseball. Avery Chenya here, Jeremy Roach. Jeremy, what's up with you, buddy?
Not much. How about you, Ave?
Nothing, living the dream. Any notes for us before we start?
Subscribe.
Yeah.
And subscribe again.
Love that. Discord. Also, MLB The Show came out. You follow me on Twitter at Avery Chenya. You DM me. I will play you in Diamond Dynasty. I don't care. I will take on all comers playing the show. I love the show. Let's get into your three guys first, Jer.
So my three guys, going to list them off here. Very exciting news with one of my guys, but Dylan Cease, 34% rostered. Jake Odorizzi, 26% rostered. And Alex Kirilloff, 20% rostered. That's the exciting news right there. So let's start off with him. Kirilloff, I mean, in my notes, I just have fire me up because this is obviously big news.
It's exciting stuff.
Exciting. He's getting the call to the show a little later than I guess anticipated. People thought
no, I think it's kind of around.
Yeah. People thought though he was potentially going to make the team.
Yeah.
Out of camp, but
kind of, I mean, they've been like faltering too.
Yeah.
He could save their season.
Yeah. And you know, all I want to say is like obviously this guy's a must add.
Yeah.
He obviously could have been on our must add episode, but by that point he would have been gone.
Yeah.
He would have been gone. But no, this is definitely a guy that can win you your fantasy league. Someone said it on Twitter. At Fantasy Central.
Yeah, great guy.
I got to give him credit, but he said there's no risk picking him up. If he doesn't do well, you just drop him. But if you pick him up, he could win you your league.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that. I thought that was a great tweet by him. But definitely a 4-category player. And I think that he's just, he can do everything.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. And like we talked about Jazz. I don't know why I said Jazz, but Jazz. You know, you want to pick the exciting players. It makes fantasy more fun.
Yeah.
And this is definitely someone coming up to the big leagues for the first time is always exciting.
Yeah, love it. I have nothing to say to that. Great pick.
Jake Odorizzi, 26%. I think people are panicking on this guy and they're dropping him. 26% rostered for this guy is very low. Obviously, he has not been very good in his first 2 starts, but he also hasn't played much baseball.
Yeah.
So I think a pitcher of this caliber on the waiver market is definitely a good add to your team. The Astros in general have an easy schedule. He's got a couple favorable matchups coming up. Obviously, he played Seattle and Detroit and sucked, but
that's not what you want when you want favorable matchups kind of early. Seattle's been good, though.
Mm-hmm. We talk about how he heavily relies on the fastball, which is fine because he doesn't throw very fast, but it seems to be effective. He plays the Angels twice, the Yanks and the Rangers coming up. I like a couple of those matchups. Yanks haven't been doing very well. But yeah, Odorizzi, I think that the talent is there. And
obviously.
For a guy on the waiver market, this is a very good ad, and I would look into adding him if he's on your market.
No comments there. Good points.
Dylan Cease.
Exciting player, too.
Lastly, Dylan Cease on the exciting White Sox team. This guy had an amazing spring, and he was getting drafted a lot. And then he did not kind of live up to what people were expecting.
Yeah.
And I think that I really like him because, one, he gets a lot of strikeouts, which is obviously important. He's not very efficient with his pitch count, which is what scares me. He throws, he hovers around 50% striking balls. It's not very good.
No.
So he's only lasted 4.2 innings in each of his outings. So if he can limit that and get deeper in the games, I really like him. But overall, I mean, he's playing the Tigers, Reds, Twins, and Royals coming up. I do like those matchups. Obviously, the White Sox are a good team. But I just think if he can throw more strikes, he gets a lot of strikeouts. Very valuable pitcher here at 34% rostered.
Yeah, Dylan Cease. Some people are high on Dylan Cease. Some people aren't high on Dylan Cease. But you want to be on the train when it starts to roll. Mm-hmm. So get on Dylan Cease. I'll get into my 3 guys. Got Bryan Reynolds of the Pittsburgh Pirates, 36% rostered. Carson Kelly of the Diamondbacks, 28% rostered. And Michael Fulmer of the Detroit Tigers, 14% rostered. Going to Bryan Reynolds first. Currently slashing .313, .418, .463, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Top 8% of the league in max exit velo at 113 miles an hour. Over the 83rd percentile in expected weighted on base, expected batting average, expected slugging percentage, walk percentage, and sprint speed. I mean, he's going to help you big time with batting average and runs in your leagues. Should have been a must-add, in my opinion, with that kind of 3-headed monster right now with Moran, Frazier, and Reynolds, which you don't think you would. I mean, if I said this a month ago, you'd say, what the hell are you talking about? What is going on here? But Bryan Reynolds, I mean, he's just getting it done right now. The Pirates are getting it done as a team. I mean, they won 8 of 12, I think, right now. Pirates have been a sneaky good team, and I think Bryan Reynolds is part of that reason. I want to pick him up, Bryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I think we talked about this when you picked Moran, that no one wants to pick the Pirates guys just because their team is so bad. But no, he's
Brian Hayes set back too. Devastating news. More ABs at the top of the lineup for Reynolds. I mean, he was the top of the lineup guy anyways, but just more at bats to go around.
Yeah, I definitely agree that the Brian Hayes injury setback definitely helps him get more ABs and hit at the top of the lineup.
But devastating news for Brian Hayes. Next, you're going to hate this pick. It's Carson Kelly of the Arizona Diamondbacks, 28% rostered, as I said, slashing 351, 537, 730, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, and only 37 at-bats. My reasoning here, catcher position, super thin.
Yes,
This is a must-add in a 2-catcher league.
Yeah.
For sure, he needs to be on someone's roster. That's kind of why I went for this pick. If you look at what he's been doing right now, he's not chasing pitches as much, 92% barrel percentage too. So Carson Kelly, when he was on the Cardinals, people were very excited for him. He was like, this is the next Yachty, this is the next Yachty. Took some ABs from him. Wasn't really good. He has only really played one full season. That full season, he hit 18 home runs, 40-something RBIs. Isn't great, but he hit 245. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Last year, I think I'm going to chalk that up as just a wash year. I mean, Carson Kelly's not a vet like the other guys who we kind of gave a pass to are vets, like a JD Martinez, right? Carson Kelly's not JD Martinez. No. That's for damn sure. But I think Carson Kelly's fine. I'm picking him up in some 2-catcher leagues.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too happy when you picked this guy. This is more of a personal hate.
Yeah.
People were expecting a lot last year out of Carson Kelly, and I was expecting a lot out of him last year, and I drafted him, and he was terrible. He was terrible all year, and it came to a point where he was only playing 50% of the time, which was a big issue. But
he's also not playing a ton this year either.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's is he the way he's hitting but the problem is obviously the workload in the MLB is crazy with the amount of games.
I think he's going to be fine this year.
But he's hitting well, and like you said, his average is up there. But
he kind of crushed us because of our Dalton Varsho.
Yeah,
selection.
And that goes into the question, what do you think of Varsho? You think the Diamondbacks give him the call? And when they do, will he be splitting? Because you said they have 3-catcher system going on there.
He's an outfielder now, Dalton Varsho. It was devastating. He had the catcher eligibility. We're like, we'll throw him in the second catcher slot. We'll be good. Dalton Varsho doesn't make the team out of camp, and it was the worst day of our lives.
Yeah, that was.
But we live and we learn. That's what we do here. I'll go into my third guy, Carson Kelly. I hope you're wrong on Carson Kelly.
I hope he does.
This is a good pick because people liked him so much last year. They're like, fuck Carson Kelly this year.
Yeah.
And then you come.
He was going really late in drafts.
You're buying at the absolute basement on Carson Kelly after last year.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what we're doing here. Next, Michael Fulmer, Detroit Tigers. 2016 AL Rookie of the Year. 2017 All-Star. Obviously, last year, he just wasn't fully healthy. He was horrible last year, but he's coming back from Tommy John. We know how hard that is. This year, average fastball velocity is up to 95.4 miles an hour from 93.3, resulting in his highest ever swing strike rate at 12%. Back to being a starter finally. Not Carson Fulmer. I like Carson Fulmer too back in the day. He sucks now. But back to being a starter in that rotation. The velocity's up. It's stuff to be excited about. Only 14%, so most of your leagues are going to be able to grab him. Right now, 15 strikeouts, 2 walks, 28.6% called strike and whiff rate, 081 whip. I'm really bullish on Michael Fulmer now. He's going to get back to what he did those couple seasons. He's going to be successful. And this is a guy, you pick him up off the waiver wire. He does well for you. You're like, awesome. This is amazing. He has 2 crappy starts back-to-back. You drop him and nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
You're not spending a lot of your free agency, your fab money on Michael Fulmer, but if you're picking up off the waiver wire for free, this is fine. This is easiest ad of your life.
Yeah, this guy, you see him on the trends list. He's always up there after a good start. But you've been big on the Tigers pitchers. Casey Mize, now Fulmer.
And you were on Matt Boyd.
Yeah, holy crap.
So we're just going to take the whole Tigers rotation at some point, so you guys stay tuned for more episodes.
But no, I think that the pick, Fulmer, obviously, I don't know, injuries kind of scare me. But he's just kind of I don't know. I don't know if I trust him.
That's fine. You don't trust him. I trust him.
Yeah.
I win my league.
I don't know if I trust any Detroit Tigers pitchers, to be honest.
Except
Even
Matt
Boyd.
you pitched him.
No, but I pick them, but I don't even know if I trust Boyd.
Well, these guys are
against
so
their
available
matchups.
because they're on such bad teams, like at this low.
Yeah.
So we're just doing the research so you guys
Yeah.
don't have to, you know?
Yeah.
Anything more from you? Final notes, Jared?
No, great episode, great waiver wires. Get on Kirilloff because he's 20% roster right now, but by the time this episode gets released, he'll probably be upwards of 30,
You know,
40.
maybe you'll hit a home run tonight. Wouldn't that be
And
awesome?
then it'll be like probably 60% rostered. So get on that. Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe, please. Need it. Almost
Yes.
at 1,000. Keep them coming. Discord. And it'll be the show at Avery Chenier on Twitter. At Roacher on Twitter, I
Yep.
guess. I'll plug you too.
Thank
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time.